and 3, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check 26, check 26. Tyson.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Well, he's going to take a shot right away, and that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Strip that ball. Check 50. Check 50. Shift.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal, and the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
At their own 20-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Right here. Slam.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wentz now to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Quarterback, don't get nervous, man. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
54 Mike. Exit. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, look.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 12, Wentz, Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Bang, 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 bang.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a 1st down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the 1st down.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. An update from Buffalo. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Let's get off the field, G. Let's get off the field.
Alert.
Check through. Tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Cohen. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, Delta.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he is all the way up past the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Cut. Watch the eye. Great. Back. Check. 25. Check 25.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shifts by him, finding room at the 30. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got one.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them.
Oh, Cohen lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. There he goes, right side. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
180!
54, right?
Hey, 18.
Hey, keep it up.
From the 25 on second down, Trubisky caught out left side by Robinson and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Alert.
Hey, one set. Check line 54. Line 54.
Move.
They try again with Cohen. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Put up. 180. Hey, 18.
Right there.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And Davis with it left side. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On play action, Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Check 37. Check 37.
Play action. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hey, switch gears.
Wentz now on first down. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
No.
81.
Now Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Alert.
This time, Trubisky a throw. Open man is Trey Burton. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On first down, Cohen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Lock in, lock in. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
On second down and 4, Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get wide. Check the backer, check the backer. Check. Lucky.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Lock in. Mike spot 4.
Here's Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hall. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
54. Hey, exit. 54.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
Yeah, he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now it's Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He talked about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Eagles, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they drop back to 500.